Yo, what is up, everyone? Joe Fucarino is in the building, in the studio. We are here live and direct. We got your man JoJo on the camera over there. Your nonstop prophet in the fucking building. All right. Then we got Javi in the building. You already know. Yo, what does that shirt say? Wolf? Yeah, wolves. Wolves. I fucking like it, yo. We're fucking wolves. Raised by the wolves. Exactly. And Javi came in energy with the energy drink. He came in ready. He's like, yo, we're going to take this content to the next level. Yo, and then we got my mans up in the building. It's been a minute. Introduce yourself to the people, bro. Thank you for coming through, man.
Yes, sir. Dayjoir, also known as DNYC, host and producer of Kickback and Chill. 3 seasons in. Excited to be here. Damn, it's been a minute since I've seen you.
Yeah,
in
bro.
person, yeah.
When was the last time? What was was it the reunion? Nah.
Yeah, it was.
Nah, because you did the show after the reunion.
Did I do it?
You did the pod after the reunion.
Yeah, and I did the one when we was at the studio. Then I came the second time because I brought Wingstop.
Oh, that was good.
This is my third time.
Now look, what you did. Look what now you did. You know, I'm fucking fat. You can't fucking bring up now on Wingstop.
Yeah.
Nah, but all jokes aside, you did bring that, and then that was after the reunion, right?
No, it's actually before the reunion.
That was
I remember
before.
I told you I was like, hey, I'm doing a reunion.
Really?
That's when everybody came out.
Well, that was. Oh yeah, actually, yo, you're probably right, yo, because, yo, so you know what was crazy about that reunion is that was right before COVID. That was right. That was like
January. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That was January of 2020, bro. And that was crazy. So we did it. So I think the first time we were on, what was that, like 2019, right? Mm-hmm. Early 2019? I think we were on early 2019.
Yeah,
our
like
first
August,
time.
September, yeah. You was talking about your magazines and stuff.
Yeah. So we were on there. You blessed us. You put us on the show. That shit was fire. I still reuse that photo all the time from the BTS of that shit because that shit was so lit. Yeah. And then we were at a reunion. The reunion was just phenomenal, bro. Like that shit was so fire. Yeah. And then fucking COVID after that
put everything at a standstill. That was like, damn, like we were considered non-essential. The world pretty much said, "Yo, guys, sit down for a second."
Yeah, they made y'all sit. I ain't gonna lie, I got a right to work. I said, oh word. I said, y'all giving out money, y'all giving out the stimulus, y'all giving out this. I said, I'm going to work.
Yeah,
that's when we started doing the series. That's when we really turned it up. We were like, oh, y'all thought we were working. Mm-hmm. We're gonna turn that shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck we did with that. Let me gunshots. The fucking building. You know, with YouTube now, I got to be careful with the gunshots in the first like minute because then they start flagging you and they think you're a fucking nut. So I got to wait.
Yeah.
So you were worthy for the gunshots. Don't think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got fucking Dayjoir in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Let's go. So, man, okay. So when did y'all come back? Because it took y'all a minute to come back because y'all were like, quote unquote, non-essential and shit. And they just like fucked up like the operation. Mm-hmm. Then they put y'all and y'all were sitting like 9 feet apart from each other. I saw you were hustling. You were like, yo, I want to get back in there.
Yeah. So I'll tell you how it started, how it trends. So January we did the reunion. We took 2 months off. March is when we decided to go film. And it's so crazy because I tell people all the time, I got the call the day before we were supposed to film. And they said, hey, listen, you can't film tomorrow because COVID is bad. So you're gonna be on hold. I said, for how long? They said, I don't know. I was out of doing an episode for about a year and a half. No bullshit. Cause within that year and a half, I wasn't talking about the show. We didn't have meetings. We didn't have a Zoom call. I feel like this was time for people to really just spend time with their family, especially during a time where A lot of people are vulnerable. A lot of people are, they just need time to themselves. So that's it. That gave me his time to just take a step back, reflect, and do other things. So I was gone for a year and a half. Then they gave us a clearance to film. Fast forward to film. It was literally, how we wear lavaliers. So we had the mic stands, but we had to sit far away from each other. I couldn't dap nobody up on the show. I had to give them like a little pound. And I'm not going to lie, it was hard. You had to wear a mask. You had to be vaccinated. Now all those things are, over with in a sense. So now you can walk in freely, no mask, and get back in action, whether a person's vaccinated or not. And I'm not going to lie, it was very hard because, there was some people that didn't believe in getting vaccinated, and they just felt like, I'm gonna put that on hold, right? Then on top of that, so we did about 3 or 4 episodes, get shut down again. And at this point, it's like, give us a month or 2. It's like, God damn, I just gave y'all like a good year and a half. Now you want me to take it? So I'm like, all right. So it was out of my control at that moment. So gave me enough time to prepare, write out some goals. Cause I'll be honest, I need to start writing shit down. I'm tired of having it sit on my mind. And then I said, you know what? Once we get back to film, I feel like things are going to be very smooth. Fast forward 2 months later, after they told me, still with the mic stand, still with some restrictions, but I'm happy we managed to still, film. But you know what's crazy? After those 2 months, we're moving to a brand new studio.
Oh yeah, where y'all at? Well, where around are y'all at now? I don't even want to but where around?
So we're still in Manhattan. So we're near like the Hudson Yards area,
okay,
like Javits Center area. So not far from the Lincoln Tunnel whatsoever.
Okay, good shit.
So
man.
it puts people in just like people from Jersey. They come to a show. So there's a guest that's stopping by the function. Best thing I told him, like, hey, if you're coming to see us, if you're driving, I'll tell you the areas where it's the 7 a.m. to 7 and good areas to park at a certain time. But to be honest, I like the brand new studio, brand new setup, brand new everything, advanced technology. I was just excited to get in there. There's some things that I felt like what the bigger studio had that we don't have now, but it's okay because I feel like as a producer, host, or even just an entrepreneur, you got to be able to pivot in certain situations, especially when you don't own certain things or it's just overall beyond your control. So I had to learn that, and I had to learn that fast. So I was like, okay, we had this before, but what could be an alternative? And hell, you may not realize that your alternative could be better than what you was doing before.
100%. Yo, pivoting is fucking life.
Yes.
That's the main piece to it, man. You got to know how to pivot. But you've been working, even behind the scenes. You were in the gym, putting in work.
Yeah, man.
Right?
I missed 2 weeks already, so that's bad.
Nah. You've been putting in work though. I like it, and you don't even really put it out there too much. You put it on the story here and there.
Yeah.
But you be putting in work behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like as content creators, it's okay to slow down and be like, all right, I need to focus on my health, and that's something I was doing. I mean, I never had any illnesses, but it was one of those things where it's like, I'm getting older. I want to improve my physique. I just want to be a better functioning, human being who has a great, physique, a better human body. And, yeah, I mean, I love eating greens. I'm an avocado dude. I love eating Caesar salads. So, I love chicken and all that stuff.
You gotta
all
get up with my man
carbs.
Javi, because Javi right here is the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's one of our health gurus. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, definitely.
So y'all gotta lock in. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. Little by little.
One day at a time.
How my wheatgrass today? 100%. See? Oh no, obviously it's a marathon, not a race. Yo, next week we gotta get y'all mics. That's it. We gotta get y'all mics set up. You know what I'm saying? We need y'all in the system over here. Yo, JoJo be on it too though, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, this guy he'll be throwing it down at work, and then all of a sudden he come out, he making the eggs with the this and the that. Like, I don't know what you be putting together, but it just be looking like, yo, he's got the works going on over here. What you say, you be bored? Nah, you be doing good shit though, man. So, what I kind of wanted to get in with you a little bit about too is like, I think there's not many people out here that you see too often kind of always chasing knowledge. Right? Like we were talking about before, like when you got here, we're chopping up, you said about you went to Investfest. Right? So like if you could tell us a little bit about that, but more like kind of towards the direction of like, where do you think that kind of comes from? For you, were you always the dude who like, well, first of all, do you even agree that you chase knowledge? and you try to chase that to become more successful and be a better human. Because I see it, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't know you super well, but I could just feel it. I could sense it. You know, me and you've had conversations. Shit, we'll go on live and we kick it and we just, you know, shooting the shit, just, you know, like just trying to dissect things or whatever. So for you, one, were you always like that? Like, I'm talking about from like when you were a kid, like high school, middle school, you know, or not. And then what's that like now? Like, I guess, how did you get to that point to where you are now on like kind of seeking knowledge to just be like a better human?
Absolutely. So, I'll start from the beginning. So I guess I'll start from like middle school, and now going to high school. Middle school, you know, I wasn't using social media. It was everything was just word of mouth at the time. So that was really much it. I wasn't really the kid where it was just like, hey, I'm curious to know this, or I'm curious to know that. It's just more so if somebody told me about an event or told me about something that I was interested in, I would go for it. Like, I knew I was a basketball head growing up. So I knew if I wanted to go to a basketball camp or basketball clinic, or I wanted to go to a basketball game, I'm going to do my due diligence. Like, I'm talking like when we was using Internet Explorer, right? You had to go on Google, search. That's way before Chrome even came out, right? I was still doing that in high school. And I think once I transitioned out of high school and got into college and became
But hold on, even that though, like when you're in high school, like who's implementing any of that? Even because that's even super rare. You know what I'm saying? Because you're already talking about shit that's outside of school.
Yeah.
So like, where is that coming from? Like, is that parents influencing any of that? Is that family, or is that just randomly you? Like, what would like,
I would definitely say a part of it was family and a part of it was school. Mainly just saying like, hey, listen, you know, always try to always find ways to get yourself involved, because number one, I was always told that you never know who's going to be in that room, and they can just hear you speak and be like, yeah, I really like this dude right here. You know, I want to present an idea to him, maybe see if he's interested. And I'm not gonna lie, that's what really started it, right? That's what really gave me that push to be like, okay, get yourself involved, stop being a scary ass, and really talk to people, because that's where there's people everywhere. You're gonna have to talk regardless. You know, there's a lot of people that's introverted and stuff like that. I was like a big introvert in high school. Then I slowly became a big extrovert, right? And with me having this mentality in high school, that helped me transition to college. And that's how I found out about my opportunity when I told you I did the audition. Out of 20 people, made the final five. Out of final five, I got selected. You know, me just not paying attention, walking down the stairs. Wasn't supposed to be in the data department. I'm walking, and I said, all right, well, if I'm going to walk, let me just look at the bulletin boards. And I feel like that's a gem that everybody should do as a college student. Like, get off your phone for just 2 minutes, look at the bulletin board, and really acknowledge what's going on throughout that week or throughout that month in the school, because it will help you. You may say, okay, I'm a psychology major, but, oh, I see that, yeah, I may want to start a podcast. So, oh, they're going to talk about how to start your own podcast? Well, let me tap in, even if it's a Zoom call or whether it's in person, right? So, yeah, I would definitely say it comes from, you know, people in my family telling me to like really push yourself to don't just always sit back, like be at the forefront and find out how you can become a better person, because once you adapt to that mentality, it's only up from here.
Do you feel like you had any examples early on that like it clicked, like when you were young? Like I'm talking even before the college one, when you maybe went somewhere, because you know, like I said, they told you, yo, like you never know who you're gonna meet. But it's like I feel like everyone hears that, not many people that actually clicks. So for you, were you just like, yo, you heard that and you were just kind of hoping, or did you have something early on maybe kind of happen, or did you witness anything, or just feel it to say, nah, like okay, that's just actually legit?
Yeah. Man, I really can't remember, if I'm being honest with you. I think when it came to like me just even hooping, just, you know, have a little quick run at the gym, you know, people would talk, and again, slowly that introvert type of dude, I wouldn't be around the crowd. You know, everybody's talking or whatnot, I'll just really be to the side. And I do remember there was a basketball event literally at the Garden for like teenagers. And I'm going to be honest with you, because I wasn't engaged into the conversation. I didn't know about it. Because again, I'm sitting back, not trying, not trying to really, you know, engage with people. But you know what's crazy? I'm not trying to engage with them, but my ass is vocal when I'm on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't make any sense. And, I end up missing the event. So pretty much it was an idea where it's like you get to meet this guy who used to be like, he was part of the training staff for the Knicks, right? So he would just pretty much go there, do training drills with the kids, I'm assuming with us, and literally just break down step by step. Well, hey, if you want to go Division I high level, this is what you have to do. These are the events I have coming up. You get to meet some former college pros, some people in the NBA, and so much more. And I missed it. It's so crazy. That would have been a perfect event for me, and it was near my house. But again, for me having that sitting back mentality, it messed me up. So that from there was like the turning point. I was like, all right.
You're just going to go.
Yeah, you're going to go.
I motivated you to be like, nah, I'm going to look out.
I got to keep my foot on the gas.
Could you imagine if maybe like you didn't like give a fuck about that?
Yeah.
Because maybe like now today you wouldn't be, because I think like I wanted to break that down because I do feel like that makes a lot of us like, if you just didn't really care, you never know. Then you might have been missing out on a lot of the things and events you're going to now and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because then when that happened, it like happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it happened. That shit hit somewhere in you, and you were like, nah, like I'm gonna be open to this now. I'm gonna keep an eye open.
Yeah, and those things, like I said, it needs to happen because it needs to wake you up. Like, yo, you need to stop acting this way, because I feel like we all got to get hit with that reality at some point of our life. Like, like, okay, well, maybe you can just fix this or fix that within yourself. I feel like everybody has flaws, and it's just more so how can we convert those flaws into strengths. So for me, my strength is now I'm very vocal. I'm an extrovert. I've developed better social skills. So I know how to converse with people. I know how to act. I know what kind of questions to ask. If I feel like if I get to this specific event or I'm around a specific individual and I feel like I may forget my question, okay, well, I can write it down. I go by this saying that if it's not for an exam, please write it down. As humans, we tend to try to memorize so many different things, and mentally that can affect us. So now I write a lot of things down. If you see the notes in my phone, I'm always writing goddamn questions. I even write like certain bullet points when it's time to prepare for me to do an interview on Kickback at Show. So I'm happy again that it happened. It made me a better person. And my best advice to anybody that's there, like, listen, I don't care if you're an introvert. Like, you need to slowly break out of that. You want to be a content creator? You want to do what I'm doing? Well, you're going to have to start talking to people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be easy. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really not. But you need to slowly break out of that shell. Because once you break out of that shell, it's kind of like a caterpillar breaking into a butterfly. It's kind of like you feel free. You know what I'm saying? Now you get to spread your wings and you get to try new things. Speak about different topics with different people. And yeah.
Word, that because it's real shit though. I'm glad that you brought that up because it is hard for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard out here because especially like, I'm about to be 34, and for me, I grew up a lot outside, shit like that. I was like probably one of the last generations. Y'all might have still had some of that, but I think not as much. Like now it's like, especially the younger ones, like everyone's on a phone. Like it's just different. Like, you don't pay attention to what's like we had to like go outside and just make a friend or like just start playing, figure it out and just like like it was. So now, you just go on TikTok and see who's close by or whatever. And not even just for just the younger generation. It's also for the older people that did grow up like that, but just kind of got like, not jaded. I don't even want to use that word. I just think like, normalized. You just almost got like normalized in this era of just kind of being in your phone and just being an introvert. And then especially after like we were just talking about COVID, after that happened now, like a lot of people are becoming more introverted. It just happens. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fucking big introvert. People think that I'm extrovert. I am an introvert. People always assume the difference because of me being on social. Like I know how to pop into that extrovertedness when I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like here on the podcast, I know, but typically I'm like, nah. That's why, like, I go out and about sometimes, but I'm like here, there, I'm quick, I'm in, I'm out. It's like your social battery is like slowly dying out. 100%.
Yeah.
Like I have a social. People know people that get like close to me and shit. I ain't gonna lie, they know. They're like, all right, yo, we can know your social battery is done.
It's like I'm ready to go the fuck home.
yeah. Like unless if it depends. Like if I'm in control of the event, or because I've learned that, like if I'm in control of it, it's different.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like if I'm in, like I could do a whole fucking. We did the premiere. We've done events. If I'm in control of it, I'm kind of like I'm Gucci. But for me to just like go to like a club or party or even another person's party or like a holiday thing or whatever, it's just like I'm good. I'm like I'm good with like 2-3 people, like, 4 people. That's even it. So y'all will probably even know someone's on a pod. Like the more people that are here for a pod, like even like as we're talking, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. I kind of tend to fall back, like just almost naturally. You know, you've probably noticed that for a while.
But then that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because that shows like as a person, like, yo, you don't have to be on every scene.
100%.
And I think many people fail to neglect that because a lot of people are so in tuned with having fun. There's nothing wrong with having fun, going to a party every now and then, but I don't have to go to every single one. You know, maybe it's just okay if I take a step back. You can go. You can tell me how it is. I'll check your story, see how it is. And then I check your story and I realize, like, yeah, I'm kind of happy I did not go.
100%. Yeah. That's 100% the way it goes. I like how you mentioned, too, because, you know, you see you went to college and you would see, like, posters and events and things like that. What I also kind of thought of, too, is, like, how could you maybe recommend some of that now to people that maybe that aren't in college, but other ways that they could do that in their lives beyond that, or like what can they look for if they want to kind of get out and about more, they want to do different things. Like I said, I want to eventually us to get to the conversation of you being to Investfest, you know, like maybe even get to that, like how did that like kind of come, like I know that's like a part of you who you are now of like looking for those different things, right? But like where does someone that's maybe not even there, where do they start that, you know?
Okay, so the first thing I would definitely recommend is find out hell, what are you really looking for? You know what I'm saying? What is your interest, right? If I know that I want to get into tech is like very huge. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get into tech, the first thing I want to do is help out. For me personally, I will search up tech workshops or tech networking events in New York. Eventbrite's going to pull up. You'll find a bunch of different events. And you choose. They're going to have some that is free and there's some that you have to pay for, you know. If it's nearby, go check it out. Don't be nervous. It's okay to talk, you know what I'm saying? And that applies to just any field, right? Even if it's, and that can apply to even somebody who's new to Jersey, new to New York, and they just want to meet people. They want to, you know, meet some, you know, make some friends and whatnot. That's the way I would start. Another way I would start, hell, we got TikTok. Everybody's always scrolling on TikTok. TikTok is also a search engine. You could talk about like fun things to do in the city or tech workshops in the city, you know, things of that nature. And it doesn't have to be in Jersey or New York. It could just be within your state, your home state. In addition to the Investfest part, I found out about it through Instagram, saw it on YouTube. I was really in tune with the Earn Your Leisure podcast during COVID. Literally, I'm staying up 12, 13 hours. I'm just watching stuff. I'm going to bed at like 8 o'clock in the morning. My sleep schedule's messed up. And I kept hearing investments.
Yeah, you a night owl like me.
Yeah, that was at that time, me and my mother was up. Straight up. There was nothing to do.
Yo, this dude be on live with me at 3 in the morning. I'm walking
I was on live with this dude.
I'm all walking up and down the block, walking my dog at like 3 a.m. on live. And
it was nothing to do.
Word.
But in addition to the Investfest, I think that's an amazing platform. You do not need to be an entrepreneur to go. They have 9-to-5ers, the regular everyday working class people that attend. But one thing I like about it, I saw people of color that came together, you know, trying to figure out ways on how to advance their life, you know, whether that's starting a business or buying into a business, you know, because I'm gonna be honest with you, entrepreneurship is not easy at all. Like you're going to go through trials and tribulations. If you feel like you don't want to start a business from scratch, get into purchasing a franchise. At least you're buying the blueprint of a business. However, there's still some risks and things you're going to encounter with that as well. They also had a vendor's marketplace. So anybody who has merch or just if you have an e-commerce business itself, you get to stop by each display, purchase an item. You know, you even had your favorite influencers that were there, like people that are famous on social media, you know, that live in Atlanta and so on. And that's a great way to network. It's 20,000 people there. Before it was like 5,000 people. So it was 20,000 people this year. Imagine if it's like 40, 50,000 people next year.
Yeah.
You know? So I would definitely say that's definitely a place to go to network, especially when you already know in the back of your mind, okay, well, I have an interest in a variety of things. Let me speak to my next door neighbor who's sitting right next to me. That could be a business partner. That could be somebody be like, hey, well, I don't live in New York, but I live in Jersey, but I go to New York often. And guess what? I know some people over there. Maybe we could try to set up a meeting where we all could talk, connect, or even go to an event and just chop it up. Is Investfest an investment? Absolutely. But I always say, if it's a once-a-year thing, all right, whatever the price is at that time, have it in the back of your mind, save up for it. I understand people have bills and other responsibilities. We're human, and that's okay. But make the effort to be around people. Get out your comfort zone. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Be around people. It's okay. Feel nervous. I want you to feel nervous because you need to feel like, okay, well, I don't feel comfortable. That's perfect. Talk to some people. Interact. There's 20,000 freaking people. Leave with some connections, some Instagram, some business cards. Get yourself in a position where it's like, yo, I came here for a reason. I want to advance my life. I want to be better. And this is the way to go.
Yeah. Do you feel like most of your people that, because again, how old are you?
I'm 26, turned 26.
26, right? So do you feel at your age now, most of the people that you interact with on a daily basis, or like, I guess people that you would call, you know, friends and stuff like that, like, are they seeking the same things you're seeking? And it's okay if they're not, but I'll just to be very honest and like blunt, like, are they, or do you feel like they're not?
Well, for like my personal friends, I feel like they are, even if they didn't attend InvestFest or just know about the platform itself. But then you have some people that are associates and that are acquaintances, and then they literally, you have some people that's not looking, but then that also stems from the following, because they don't know what route to take in their life. They don't really know what they want to do. But then you have some people that also have this idea in mind, but don't know where to start. So maybe InvestFest is a place to go. You know, so maybe I should tune into a podcast. Let me tune into therapy without a degree and so much more, you know. But I always tell people, you not making an effort is going to keep you at the same position that you're in right now, right? And if you're not progressing, it's kind of like, it's like a ladder. And it's like, you just put your foot on the first one, on the first, I don't know what the hell that shit called.
Yeah. Step,
just that one step. And you're just standing there, and it's just like, all right, well, I'll climb up at some point. I just don't know how to climb. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not an easy journey, you know, but I feel like once you take the necessary steps, you'll definitely get to where you want to be at some point.
Do you tell this to some of your people that are close, or no? Or do you just like do it?
Absolutely.
Try to like hope for people that just to come along the ride?
Oh, I tell people how it is. I think, you know, it's so crazy. My friend told me this when we went to, we was actually here in Jersey. He took me out. He feels like I'm more transparent than ever. And I like that. But I feel like when you're transparent with people, you also have to be respectful, you know? So I do tell people, like, I have a friend. So crazy. I have a friend. She's a psychology major, but she always wanted to open her hair salon. I feel like, yo, you should go for it. You need to find out what are the steps needed to open. I said, yo, this could be done within 5 years. You don't even know it, but you have to take the necessary steps. If you're not trying, it's not going to magically appear on its own. So I think my main message to people that I try to get across is like, hey, understand, I'm not perfect. I'm not where I want to be at specifically, but I know I have to make the necessary steps and make some sacrifices to get to where I want to be. I can't just pray that it's magically going to appear. You know, luck can happen, but I don't want to depend on luck. I want to depend on my hard work and the effort I made to get to where I want to be.
100%. What are you know, you can go as specific as you want, or you know, you can go a little more broad with this, but like, since now I've known you for a few years, and I see you've been chasing a lot of knowledge and stuff like that, and like I think that's fire, because not many individuals, I try to just keep around those individuals that do. Not many individuals do. However, knowledge is one thing. What you do with is another. So my question for you is, what are some things that you've been doing, implementing that and also, like, the reason why I ask this too is because you're not one to really show everything you're doing online and in social and stuff like that. So if people follow you, maybe they're not going to see everything, right? And that might be the introverted side of you that is maybe introverted on social. Like, you show, but you're not showing everything. Who knows, right? That's up to you. But like, what's that now looking like in your life as that you've gone a few years of like, all right, gaining knowledge, you know, where are you at now? Like, where are you at with that knowledge? Are you still now maybe in the preparation of launching things or XYZ, or have you already, or like what stage are you at kind of after the knowledge base? Because you've been doing that and you've been now pretty like I said, you're going to Investfest. Like people don't invest in that shit. Literally, like they don't do that. So now are you still there? Are you still perfecting the knowledge side, or have you kind of stepped into other directions?
So I feel like where I'm at in my life, especially business wise, is preparing to like execute on what I learned from that knowledge, right? So for me, it's just okay. I know what I just learned. How do I start, right? And suppose you start and you make a mistake. Learn from your mistake. That's where I'm at right now. I like I said, I never want to feel like I'm stagnant at all, because I kind of feel like, and that's good that I'm able to identify. Okay, maybe I'm a little stagnant. I need to take this up a notch, right? And again, if you don't know how to do it, ask questions, hit people up. You know what I'm saying? Go on social media. People's always doing Zoom calls. Hey, I have a free webinar, check this out. And if it aligns with what you're trying to do, definitely tap in, make the effort, make the time for it. And that's something I've been doing. For example, we've been slowly, playing around with some designs for Kickback and Chill merch. And I just feel like that's a great way to just, interact with people all around the world. I want Kickback and Chill to be global to the point where it's like, if people want us to go out there, they have to pay us for us to fly out to Atlanta or fly out the country or fly all the way to the West Coast, right? And on top of that, it's kind of like, okay, whoever's buying our merch, they see, oh, they also have a show. Hey, I do X, Y, and Z. All right, cool. Submit your information online. Your submission is not a guarantee acceptance. But if we like what we see and we like what we hear, and you're a big supporter, we may just give it a shot. So that's really the steps that I'm taking right now. I just feel like after merch, what's next? Oh, we don't know yet. But I feel like it's always something that you're doing that's going to create another idea into something based off you're currently doing right now.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. It's powerful, man. Keep it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we'll go to Investfest with you, coming soon. I want to go. Yeah. Y'all want to go? Y'all looked into it at all? No? Yeah, it sounds
Every August.
So we got to do a big trip.
And I went to the game out there.
Oh, yeah?
I went to the Falcons game, and I went to Atlanta Braves game. And I'm not going to lie, like, maybe it's just within that arena, but you literally walk in, you can see a clear view of the game. So you don't feel like it's not like if you're at Madison Square Garden, you have to look all the way down if you're like in nosebleed. You can literally stand right there and see everything. And it was like the tickets were cheap because, it's preseason. They're already late into the season. Well, WNBA tickets are always cheap.
Yeah.
But, I always say, prepare for it in advance. Your finance allow you to do so. Cool. You can go with people, network, and just make the most of it. And then if a person wants to go to Investfest frequently, at least they can say, okay, this is the knowledge that I obtained. These are all the connections I have. Let me see how I do with this. And it all goes back to saying obtaining the knowledge. What are you going to do from there?
Yeah.
A year from now, go back, but at least track your progress. Look what we did. Look where we at right now.
100%.
Now it's just like, let's gain more knowledge. Hell, let's get to the point where maybe we can open a studio up here in Atlanta. We may have to be, travel every 3 months back and forth. But if it's worth it, it's worth it.
100%. Let's fucking go. Need some gunshots for this guy. Where right now can someone watch previous episodes from Kickback and Chill?
Absolutely. So you can always watch Kickback and Chill on our YouTube channel, Kickback and Chill. There's a letter N. It's not A and D. It's a letter N between Kickback and Chill. So you got the letter N. We are almost done designing our website, and we have merch coming out. And on top of that, too, every now and then, we throw like little surprises that, we'll invite like an audience member or 2 or 3 to come in. Word. We're even thinking about having this idea where it's like a little trivia or like a little surprise where it's like we'll do a raffle. And pretty much you have to either do the following. You have to tell us, what do you like about the show? What was your favorite episode, etc. And then we'll do a raffle, and then one lucky winner gets to spend the whole day with us. Behind the scenes footage. You'll be able to participate in the production with us and get credit for it in the writing credit. So, something to think about. There's always ideas that's flowing.
100%. Word, bro. Well, this was good, man. I'm glad you came back.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We got you back in the building with Therapy Without a Degree. We got to go out there, man, to the city. We got to kick it with you one day.
Oh yeah, we
We
definitely
got
need
to
to
kick
put
back
you
and
guys,
chill. No pun intended.
Yeah, we we definitely need to get you back on the episode, man.
Bro, let me know, man.
Definitely, I'm down.
You already know I'm ready. We talk about some Jersey media shit, whatever you wanna do. We in there. You already know. But so at the end of the show, what we usually do is have you shout out something you think is dope, something you think is slept on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's anything that you kind of wanted to plug. It don't really have to be like, it's just something that maybe you feel like people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a popping show, could be popping food, could be whatever. Like, what is something that you feel the streets need?
Damn.
No pressure.
Nah, I am a little pressured. What that people need to know? Well, besides my show, I would say, I'm gonna have to pass on
You're
this.
gonna have to pass. Come on, there's got to be something
that they need to know.
Something that is dope and just slept on out here, man, that they ain't really known about. I know you got something. Little food spot by the crib, something.
Damn, no, I eat a lot of freaking food. That's
this
the
guy
goddamn
got
part.
nothing. A book that you read lately.
Damn.
Got nothing. It's gonna be for the bonus episode when he comes up with something. Nah, actually, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this music on for you. If this was the $1 million answer right now, you would lose $1 million.
Oh my god. I guess I could say it's probably nothing crazy. My friend do essays, and
Okay.
she did some of my writing assignments.
Really? Let's go, yo.
Shout out Julia, man.
Yo, shout out to her, yo.
Julia, man.
Y'all,
I always say that she's my big goof loof. Because if you really meet her, she's like a tall 5'10" girl, long nails, long hands, but she's a burger.
Okay. All right. So, if you need some essays,
just holla at Julia.
Yo, I used to do that shit too all the time. I used to make good money with that shit.
Imagine how much money you bring in every week.
Well, I didn't go that crazy, but I went, because I ain't gonna lie, like when you were like, not many people can write.
Yeah, they can.
You, nah? Yo, used to pay? You wouldn't pay?
You wouldn't pay?
I'll get it from somewhere I'm not paying.
Yeah, he's a G. He's like, nah.
They have two two websites somebody told me about. Something called like Crown Essays and
Chat
Essay
GBT.
Pro. No, you got to be careful with Chat GBT because what these professors are doing, they even mentioned it during orientation. Yeah, they can easily check, and that's a risk. So what you can do?
Yeah, there's a new one that you can just fix it. Like you use Chat GPT to write the whole essay, and then use another one to erase all the bot detection.
True.
Crazy, bro.
But Crown Essays is very cheap. Like it's very cheap for college students. Like any assignments, and on top of that, it's plagiarism free, and it's something else free, and it's from masters and PhD students that write.
I'm laughing for another reason, which I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yo, fuck it though. You know what I'm saying? I used to make good money. I used to try like $75, yo. I think I've done this shit recently. Probably like 3 years ago, bro. I think I took a bag for doing like a fucking history paper or some shit.
Yeah.
I forget what it was on, but yeah, I'll still do it too.
Wait, so how much? What about a 7-page paper? If it's a 7-page paper,
today that was a couple of years ago, $300.
But that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm still pretty affordable. Yeah, $300.
And they need it done in 2 weeks.
Let me know, yo. I mean,
Yeah, it's a hustle though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so now people are like, oh, Joe's the plug. So now you got 3 people sending you essays, and they're all from the same class. Yeah. So that's literally $900 you made in 1 week. So times that by 4, that's 3,600.
I'm doing those in one night.
3,600, 12 times 3,600. We might have to pull out the calculator on that
You know what I'm saying?
So right, so that's 12 times 3,600.
Yeah.
43,200.
That's all right.
Outside of your current income.
Yeah, just for doing some essays.
Google Docs that bad boy. Before they read the essay, they gotta send the money.
Oh,
Cause they gonna copy and paste.
No, I make people say it ahead of time.
Yeah,
I don't do that. I don't do that. You send that shit out front, kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little too old for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, let me know. Send me your essay. But this was a dope episode. I think I'm a shout out. You know, we were talking before. Yo, shout out to ACGs, man. All right, they slept on. I know they ain't hot no more.
Oh, real quick.
You got another one now? Because you couldn't think about it before.
Continue with saying, but can you just mention real quick? And I'm happy to hear from another content creator's perspective about like, just very briefly, because I know you're wrapping it up, about like the music industry.
Oh, what we were talking about before?
Like, is it worth it to still go into it?
No, it's not. What the fuck are y'all doing? No, you're wasting your lives.
Really?
Sorry. I know that's the fast answer because that's what I said. Like, no, all right. So what I really said was like, yo, unless you got bread, yo, to invest in yourself, bro, this shit's expensive as fuck out here.
On average, if you're looking for a low music video, how much you looking?
So we were we were really digging into it. Like, all right, you have a song, you gotta pay whatever you gotta pay for the producers and all that, and you want to do a video, minimum $1,500 for a video, or maybe you can get some cheap shit for like $500-$600, whatever. But for something decent, $1,500. Then you're gonna have your 1,000 to 5,000 friends on followers see it. Not all of them are gonna see it. So then you guys do some ads. Then to, you know, like, do you want the realistic number on what you got to spend on ads, or do you want the fake, like the bullshit number that I can just tell you?
Realistic. Well, both.
Realistic, you have to probably spend $300 a day just on ads, just to really make some really move a needle. Minimum $300-$400 a day just on ads. Then you're gonna have to like hire some girls to dance to your video. You know, that's a few $100s here and there. You give one girl $100, she'll make you fucking 2 videos, right? You gotta do the math. How many girls you're gonna need to really move the fucking needle? 20, 30 girls, right? To make fucking TikToks about your shit. 40 different girls. Do the math. 40 times $100, right? Then we gotta make some. Then we gotta make some graphics.
Grand.
Then you gotta make people to edit the videos and do it. Like, bro.
But I feel like what could possibly change that is if you know how to edit your videos. And like one of my homegirls, she knows how to film her own music videos, and she edits.
That's gonna save you a couple $.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it's still who's seeing it. Even if you cut out all that shit, even if you cut out all that stuff, and it's like the harsh reality that I'm having to talk with about a lot of these content creators and people, even just entrepreneurs. Like, yo, you have to make the investment so people actually could see your shit or buy your product. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can fucking drop an ebook tomorrow, but is anyone gonna buy it? Why not? Probably 20 people buy it. 20 times what? $10? What the fuck is that? $200?
$200.
I can go stand on the street and probably get $200 today. I'm, you know, like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? I go stand on 46, make a popping sign. I probably made more than $200. Like, what am I, like, you're doing that? A lot of people a lot of these content creators and entrepreneurs are just doing it for ego. They're just, it's like ego based. Like, I'm just, okay, I'm making a product. Oh, I'm lit on this. But are you making money? And again, I hate to always be the guy of like money and shit because, you know, we want to do stuff that makes you happy. That's cool. But when you just, yeah, like
absolutely,
you're doing it to make yourself happy. But again, that's an ego thing. You're doing that to make yourself happy. That's ego based. That's cool. We could do that. You could do music to make you happy and, you know, you feel good and it's passionate and all that. But then it gets to a point where you got to pay bills. You know? Yeah, happiness doesn't pay the bills and all that shit. Like, that's some real shit. Like,
wait, say that again. Can you please say that again? And this is why this is what I said. And I'm sorry. I know you gotta wrap it up. So I was telling him, if I was to be an artist, I know it's different because I'm a host. If I was to be an artist, I would play the game very differently. This is how I would play it. And we're gonna talk from perspective. I have no children. I didn't want to go to college, right? Number one, I'm gonna get into a need-based career, right? Me personally, I will get into tech. Tech is very huge in today's day and age. So I'll pay the $7,500, $8,500, you know, for this course or wherever for 6-7 months at a school to get certified. Me personally, I would do UX design. I love to do designing. I already have the Adobe Express, and we also use Canva. Very useful for content creators, right? And that career field is constantly booming, and it's going to continue to go up within the next 10, 15 years, UX design. I'll use that. Say you're making around $250,000, $300,000 a year. And let's factor in. You got to factor in taxes. So $300,000 with inflation. After taxes, what we looking at? Like, what?
180.
Wait, okay, let's say 200.
Yeah, right?
Okay, let's be nice. Let's say 200, 220, right? After that, I'm single again. all right, bills are pretty good. I'll slowly do music on my journey up stern, right?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, I have to keep in mind, outside of music and outside of me paying bills, I'm also a human being. So for me, I know I want to be in the best position financially. So if I want to come to Joe and Zane to do a video for me, or just any videographer, I could pay them the $1,500, $2,000, or whatever they're going to charge me, right? And then on top of that too, what I would do also, living wise, I'll purchase my first property, but I would do one where a tenant's paying me money, paying me rent. So now that money is going to take care of my monthly debt. Whatever I'm making at work, I'm pocketing that. Learn trading, learn different things. Because let's be transparent. You can make all the good music all you want. You can do all this content creation. But if you're not in the best position financially, you're always going to feel like you're behind the 8 ball. Yeah, no one's going to care. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to be frustrated. So that would be my route. And then also, what's the purpose of doing that? If I want to pay these battle rappers a good $2,000, $5,000 for a 16 because they have a little sale because maybe money's not coming in, that's what I'm gonna do.
Exactly, but that's an investment. That again, that's bro. Even and we didn't even get into
the money for
bro.
it
We didn't
too.
even get into playlisting. Like that's like I didn't even get to that point. I was still getting on the low end of like getting the girls and then getting merch and then like giving free merch and giving flyers, like because no one's buying your merch yet. You know what I'm saying? A couple people are buying it, but again, is that really moving the needle? You gotta buy enough to just give it all for free. Like, bro, people don't.
And you know what's crazy? If you really think about it too, and I hope, and maybe you guys can relate. People don't. When people go to showcases, like people perform. Let's really talk about it. They perform. Follow me on social media at X, Y, and Z. Boom, boom, boom. Nobody's really hitting the follow button because ego wise, he's not gonna follow me back. So they feel like they're not gonna sit here and try to follow an individual, right? So after a while, you start to look like, are these showcases worth it if there's no benefit? If it's just I'm performing. Like suppose you've been doing that for so long and you say to yourself, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. Anybody want me to perform, they got to pay me. But then that's still a burner because one, let's say you get $200-$300. And again, guys, this is no shade. This is just us just talking from a general standpoint. No shade towards anybody because I personally feel like there's some artists I feel personally that are really good and they can make it. But it's the business side you have to understand. So let's say you got the $200-$300 for performing at a showcase. It's still not money to quit your job and start living your best life. Bills worth way more than $300. So it's pulling teeth, but this is what you signed up for.
Like I said, it all depends on what your expectations are with it and what you're going and how you're going about doing it. Like I gave the example before of like, me as like a filmmaker, like, okay, like I've made series, I made short films, but I always know like, okay, I'm making this, but I don't expect to go popping or for this to go viral. I'm doing it. I'm very calculated when I do things. Like if I do it, it's for, okay, I'm gonna use this as a networking tool or I'm gonna use this as a resume.
As a vehicle.
Yeah. Like exactly. I'm using shit as a vehicle. I'm not expecting at all to get popping or this be the end all be all or it's gonna be lit or no, like I'm expecting that just to.
But it helps you maintain the relationships. Like even for you even said like, when you did the therapy series, like you have relationships. So hey, can I use this to film? Like that helps you save a lot of money because now you build a rapport and they 100%. Get credit.
Yep, 1,000%. But it's even in that again. It's not expecting this. Oh, I'm gonna blow up tomorrow. Like okay, obviously you can get lucky. You can have a hit and a song and it just go viral. But like. That is so rare for that to even happen. And then even when that happens, like people don't even want to talk about, like I've had shit go viral, like on accounts that I work with. Okay, that shit go, and I'm talking like I've had one account that like we've gone crazy viral. Even at that, right? You're going to make some money. You're going to do some things. But is it even still going to be enough to keep it rolling? You know what I'm saying? Like people.
What's the longevity?
Yeah, what's the longevity of that? Like, can you even still like make the money? Like, it's just people definitely don't pay attention to the business of a lot of the shit that they're doing as being a creator and even an entrepreneur. Like, bro, it's gotta make. You have to be in a money generating business. Like, bro, I literally sat. Like when I and we're gonna get ready to wrap. When you open this rabbit hole, but like,
my bad.
No, it's good. When the pandemic happened and shit, like I was my first 3 years of like entrepreneurship and shit. I was like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was like, I'm doing it. Doing Uber full time. And then eventually I realized I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm still working Uber for 50 hours a week. I just changed my job. So it's like, okay, yeah, I was still working every fucking day. Yeah, I had my freedom and I was able to build, my businesses in those for 3 years because of the free time. But I still was working for somebody else. I'm still technically working for fucking Uber. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, went back for a little while. And COVID happened and I'm like, all right, well, it's at the point. Like either I'm going to go back, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of it. Or I'm going to make this shit work. But then when I was like, to make it work, I need money. You know what I'm saying? Because I started making decent money at a young age. And not like crazy money, but decent money. And
to keep you afloat.
Yeah. I like nice shit and I like living not like I'm fucking poor every day. Actually, I like living a decent life. So I know, and I know my spending habits. So I'm like, I need to make at least X, and then how the fuck am I gonna make it? You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna do that fucking selling fucking t-shirts and, like maybe even charging guests for podcasts or like in this little chain shit. Like I'm just not, it's not gonna happen. Like I'm gonna fucking end up killing myself. I'm going crazy trying to make like at least like, I think a minimum target is like 1,000 a week for somebody. Right? I think that should be a minimum target in fucking this day and age. Yeah. And that goes back to my conversation on here all the time that people have no idea the sense of money and what they need and what they should make and all
understanding needs versus wants.
Yeah. But like for me as a man at this day and age, like that number's changed even now. But it's like, bro, you got to make at least 1,000 a week. Like,
at least.
In my head, like, I'm sorry. Like in this day and age, like, bro, that's a goal that and if you're not making that, it's definitely okay because it's fucking hard. But that should be like a goal of like, yo, how do I make a G a week? I'm doing the math, like, that's not happening with the shit that I want to do or the shit that makes me happy.
Factor in taxes.
I was like, yo, I gotta find out something that I'm good at, something that I could I have the freedom of doing. But the biggest piece out of all this shit is it gotta make me money, and it's gotta make me a good amount of money. Because if not, what the fuck is the point of doing? Like I said, bro, like. I feel bad, bro, for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for a lot of people right now. Honestly, I'm being real shit. Yeah. I think about, and I mention this all the time, like honestly, off mic to certain people. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of people, bro, quit their jobs and like
too early.
Yeah, bro, and like they don't like. No offense, it's gonna sound so bad, bro. It's like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. Like I see these people quitting their jobs and just doing Uber and doing this and doing that and just trying to get. And then I see them getting older, and it's like. Like, dog, like, okay, I live in a day and age where even me, I'm like, yo, if I stopped everything tomorrow, I'll always be good because of my resume. You know what I'm saying? I'll always be good. Like, I go get a job, make like fucking 80 grand a year, 70 grand a year. But there's a lot of people that haven't built that yet. And they're just throwing everything away. And like, okay, you could do that when you've built your resume to a point. Like, I can walk in now and I have multiple people that I can call tomorrow if I need a job. And that's kind of my basis. Like, I kind of, when I walked away, I knew that. Like I walked away and I was like, I know I got like 7 fucking people I can call. A lot of people
don't even have. Yeah,
and they're walking away and they're starting this, little food business or they're starting this and they're doing all these different little things and it's like, I get to it because I just feel bad because I'm like, yo, I hope that because bro, the slightest shit in this like the slightest shit. Will fuck everything up. The slightest fucking shit. And that's why I hustle this shit all day, every day. It's like, yo, the slightest shit will just, like, yo, you could lose. I was talking about that shit literally, yo, we brought on the assistant today, with fucking, with Jersey Media. And I was like, yo, all this shit can go in a month. Like, if I lose them all, if I lose half my clients, like, I'm right back to the grind. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, even, like, if today's an okay day, like, don't get it twisted. Like in a month, this shit can all go fucking south. Like it's so quick. People don't understand. It's so quick.
In a snap of a finger.
Even just to, like, bro, I've been homeless before. It is so quick to just to fuck up your whole life. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people understand that. People are getting to be like 30 years old and fucking roommating with fucking, like a couple people and paying just a couple $100 in rent. What happens when it's like you're gonna have to do all that shit on your own? You know what I'm saying? What happens when life fucking really fucking hits you? Like, are you planning for that shit, or are you just like kind of going with the motions because it's like trendy now to like have your own business and shit like that, and it's just super trendy. But it's like, yo, what's gonna happen when you get fucking punched in the mouth? Like what's gonna fucking happen? Like, are you? And I think this is something that people really need to think about. Are you gonna have a backbone? Are you gonna have a resume? Can you go get something, or can't you? You know what I'm saying? And if not, that's okay. But you need to prep for that. You need to increase your prices. You need to think outside the box. You need to fucking
establish good relationships too.
Yeah, exactly. The good relationships, but also like the money. Like, you got to sit there and do the math. Like, am I going to make it? Can I make like? But people, this is just like not shit that people want to think about. You know, thinking about making $300 a week. How can I do this? Or what can I sell this? Can I do that? And then like. And then you're gonna wake up in fucking 10 years and you're gonna be fucking 40 years old.
Time go by quick, man.
You know? Yeah, like time flies. Time goes by really quick, and it's just like you gotta prep for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta prep for that shit. I don't know. I always try to keep a fire up under my ass.
Absolutely. But like you said, you have people that you can easily call up. You know what I'm saying? But that's why when you leave a job, you know, don't burn your bridges. At least you could say like, okay, well, I'm resigning from this job, but I know I had a good relationship with the supervisor, the manager, a few coworkers. Because suppose that coworker you had left the job and now they're working for a media company. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. And they say, hey, listen, y'all have a conversation. Be like, hey, well, you know, they just opened up a position. I think you'll be good at it. Now you just send them your resume. Hopefully the person not bullshitting. And, you know, they really help you out.
But I'm even saying a good job. That's another point that I make too. It's like a good, like, yo, I feel like it's a good, like when I say I have like 7 people, I have 7 people that can get me 60 grand, 70 grand a year right now.
At least, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want people to really pay attention to the numbers and do the math. Like, I'm not just saying like, okay, you know, yeah, you might have jobs to go back to. But are they going to pay your bill? Like, bro, if you look at rent, what today rent is in 2023 in Jersey, New York, like but people don't want to do the math, and they don't want to be real with themselves. Like that $1,000 number I just said out there, like I'm sorry, but that shit is nothing, bro. A lot of fucking rent, bro, is like fucking $1,900, $1,900, $1,700. You making out what takes 2 weeks just to pay for your rent? Like no one's doing they're not doing the math. So it's like a lot of people will probably listen to this podcast or watching. It's like, oh yeah, no, I had a job. I was making $15, $16 an hour, $17 an hour.
That's over with.
I could go back to like, did you do the math? No, I'm saying like, yo, can you go back to a job that's gonna get you paid?
You know, it's crazy with the $15, $16 an hour part, because I remember doing that before. When you do the math, you're thinking about from the amount of hours you work, but nobody's thinking like after taxes, state, federal, Medicaid, Social Security. That's what gets you. Yeah. Especially if you're like a dependent, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no huge responsibility. They tax you like crazy, right? So that's the hard part. Like to even make at least 60 grand, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, to even what you was going back to saying, $1,000 a week and what he's saying, like, that's decent. But should it be like a long-term thing? Respectfully, no. With all due respect, no. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It should be something for the time being. But how can I use my money to make, manage, and multiply? That's the 3 M's that I use. Make, manage, and multiply. Because I always say, if you know how to feed yourself without having a job feeding you, oh, you'll be in the best position. You're a dangerous weapon in a job's eyes.
Yeah. And also with your mental health, too, because I always want to bring this back. Like, obviously, this is therapy without a degree. But it's like, yo, mad people always was like, oh, well, money don't make you happy. Yo, I'm sad when I can't pay my rent. You know, like let's be real. Like, nobody wants to have that conversation because it's a tough conversation to have. And no one ever wants to be real with that shit. But it's like, bro, money problems will stress you out. Money problems will get you depressed. Money problems will get you anxious. Like, everyone wants to fucking bullshit around that, but it's like, yo, just really figure it out. So it's like, if you're out here trying to fucking be a fucking rapper and you're like, nah, I'm gonna just have this easy job so I could rap full time because rap's gonna take me to the top. Yo, I guarantee you're probably not thinking about that shit, but that shit's stressing you out. Like, you may think you're like striving and doing what you love and it sounds cool and you can put it on social media and you look great, ego boost and all that. But I guarantee you the fact that the money is not right in your life, no matter what you want to say, that shit is hurting somewhere. It's either like hurting your ability to be the best parent you could be, the best friend you could be, the best person that you could just be to yourself. Like, it's hurting somewhere because of the amount of money that you can make. And for everybody, that might not be the truth, but I'm telling you, You know
it's worse
when
you have a kid too, especially if you're an artist, like, and you're only, let's say you're only making $18 an hour and you have a kid, but you're also trying to be a rapper. Like, you're a parent before anything. Your music gonna have to wait. But again, like you said, it's an investment. Studio time. What's studio time? Like $50-$60 an hour? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think minimum.
That's minimum?
That's a cheap. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like in Midtown, like if you was to come to like 42nd and like 8th Avenue.
It's like $150 an hour. Like,
yeah, at least.
The rates typically, you're going to spend. I know because, we fucked around with those shit. Yeah, like, bro, you just need to make money, bro. Like, and the money at the end of the day.
Get into a need first before you get into the want.
And then use that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, my goal, like, I have my business. And don't get me wrong, like I still, I do my creative stuff. Like y'all see, like I do this is the podcast. We do, like we've done the short films, things like that. But I'm not crazy worried about doing them every single day because it's like, bro, if I don't have the bread to fund, like I gotta make sure my life is good first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then when we good with that, then I'll be like, yo, Javi, PBG Capital, what can we do here? Do I have enough to go make a fucking short film? Or you know what I mean? Like then, like can we do a web series? But I got to focus on that first. You know what I'm saying? I got to focus on getting the money to do that, And don't get me wrong, there's moments in your life where you could pull from nothing and do some shit. Mm-hmm. But just be smart when you do that. Like definitely, bro, I fucking turn grapes into wine all fucking day. Mm-hmm. But don't make that your whole every week. Because that's just going to fucking just stress you out.
Damn, Joe, I got the chills. Now that's deep. From like the $1,000 a week to making an investment. You gotta have money in case, God forbid, you can't pay your rent, because that's true. Yeah. Your rent, your mortgage, that's the number one bill. Yeah. Everything else, I'll suffer for it, but you don't have that. And then suppose you have a kid and you can't feed your kid. Now you're really pissed, and now you take your anger out on everything. On everything.
And that's when your mental health shows. And that's when a lot of the topics that we talk about in this pod every week start going on. And again, I'm also not saying be the guy where you got to be making $1 million and you got to be like 3 months ahead on your bill. I'm even just saying just being able to pay your rent. I'm not even having the conversation of, oh, you got to have this many in reserve. I'm not even getting to that. I'm getting to the point of saying, you got your rent on time. Like the basic shit is hard. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even getting into, because I'm not no financial fucking nothing. That's fucking, Javi's the man for that. There's many other people for the man for that. Like that's not even, but I'm just saying the basic shit in life, people just want to look around other places and they don't want to just be real with themselves. That shit is hard out here, bro. I can't go to the fucking grocery store ever and spend less than $100.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, shit's...
Inflation is killing the grocery game.
Yeah. And then I see people fucking online oh, my new song, this, that. I'm like, all right. Hope y'all get your shit together, because if not, we're going to have a lot of fucking fucked up shit going on in a few years. You know? Wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is when that rude awakening happens. When that rude awakening happens, like, oh, shit, all right. Which is okay. I just feel bad. You know what I'm saying? So, this was fun, man.
My guy. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Nah, bro. Thank you for what's coming on, bro. Kick back and chill.
Yes, sir.
You already fucking know. Therapy Without a Degree. Speaking of web series, all that, go fucking watch the web series. Go watch that shit. Go tap in. I am going to start writing season 2. But you know why?
We're going to do it tonight.
No. Nah, season 2 is coming though. But again, we're doing that because we're slowly getting to the point where we could fund a fucking season 2. We gotta wait. I've been wanting to do that shit since I dropped the first one.
Oh, damn.
My ego would have been like, oh no, let's just do it. I'll figure it out. But I gotta wait. So this was fun. Another episode. Therapy Without a Degree. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you tune in. Check on your strong friend. Also, it is the holidays. This is dropping probably the early December.
Cool.
Around then. Check on the people you love. Holidays is tough for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? The holidays is really, really hard for many, many reasons. So just check on your people. The people that have lost people, People have lost friends, loved ones. People just maybe feeling lonely. The people that maybe feel like they can't do a lot for their family, just like we were talking about. You know, financial stresses. There's so many different things, man. The holidays is really, really tough on a lot of people. A lot of people. I talk about it every year. Like, holidays could be hard for so many different reasons that you'll just never know about. I think a lot of the stresses that we talk about on this pod week to week, the different anxieties, the different topics that we talk about, I think a lot of that really comes out in the holidays. And we put a lot of focus on it through social media and everything. Of course, because we love it and we're going to do that. So I'm not saying I don't do that. But just be aware in that. Check on the people you love through that. Like, do that, but still just check on the people you love. Not saying you got to always like try to do everything you can, but just check on them during this time, because this time is really hard. And other than that, we out. Of course. Word. Or